Hello guys. When I was a teenager, or maybe even when I was a child, hit parades were super popular in Ukraine, especially if it is something like MTV. I don't know what about now, but with each day I feel that we are more and more ready to broadcast something that can be named as the hit parade of Russian waste in Ukraine. I know it sounds awful, and perhaps today I will turn on sarcastic on a regime, but it is frightening and at the same time very real how careless Russians are to the lives of their own soldiers, to their weapons and their jets. I know you're tired, but already -7 aircraft, Russian aircraft this week. So just like an aircraft a day keeps Russia away. Let me tell you more about Russian losses and challenges that we encounter these days. My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight against Russian propaganda, fake news and trolls and orcs and other evil. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. So on the channel, we do count the number of Russian aircraft destroyed. There are many, and just this week we can celebrate -7. This is indeed very important because it helps protect Ukrainian army at the front lines and also perform some of very necessary defense operations. Because at the moment, Russia still dominates in the sky. We lack lots of ammunition, and I have to be honest with you, it is very felt at the moment. It's no more about the negotiations, understanding it's the real lack that results in human losses, in the losses of various positions. So whenever we are able to down their jet, that is a victory. And -7 this week. But what is more violent and brutal, and I'm sorry we have to speak about that, it is the loss of 65 Russian soldiers with just one hit. How is it possible? Well, God loves Ukraine, but also careless attitude. Someone talked, of course, when they are on temporarily occupied territories. There are lots of Ukrainian partisans and people who are not just praying, but also working for the return of Ukraine on these lands. And this is what we have. From what we understand, a group of Russian soldiers was waiting for a meeting with a Russian general. The general did not come, but it was substituted, the general was substituted with a HIMARS. And the effect is very eloquent. There are videos online. I'm not going to show them here on the channel because YouTube is very sensitive. And you can really well imagine 65 good Russians. You know what I mean. Remember to subscribe to demonstrate your solidarity with Ukraine and to witness more of Ukrainian victories and Russian losses. And I hope one day this will be something final, with Putin dying in his bunker and life beginning anew. But of course, it will demand serious work with Russian population too. By the way, they cannot find the body of Navalny. Perhaps it's destroyed or hidden somewhere because they are so much afraid of public funerals or worship or glorification. And to make Russian rule, Putin and all the criminal gang look more serious, they create lots of fakes. And an example to that is a fake of Krynki. You know that Krynki is a symbol of Ukrainian resilience. This is a small village on the left bank of Dnipro River, where Ukrainian Marines and a small group of military is capable of keeping a Plацdarm that further will be used for the liberation of the left bank in Kherson region. And they are doing really well. Plus, this is a moment, this is a place, this is a point that has turned into a mass grave for approximately 17,000 Russians. Why? Because we have good position. We have drones, we don't have aviation yet. We cannot move more army groups to that part because we don't have this cover up from the skies and not enough artillery. But at the same time, The group that is already in Krinky has a really good position. It has all the supplies from the river because it is between Dnipro river and forest. And they simply mince, will it be the word? But I mean, they destroy packs of careless Russian visitors. And approximately 17,000 of them lost since autumn 2023. And now Shoigu decided to report to Putin that they have taken back Krinky, which is not true. And even lots of Russian propagandists, lots of Russian soldiers who are on the territory started saying, no, it's not true, it's not real. And they faked a video of putting a Russian flag somewhere, which is not actually any administrative building or any serious place. Most importantly, and this is tragic, there is no Krinky, there is no Avdiivka, there is no Mariupol. When they claim that they take something, at this moment, these are totally destroyed territories. This is the evil that Russia brings. They don't want territories, they don't want houses, they don't want people. They simply want to cause destruction and death to Ukrainians. That's why we have to be strong and united. So of course it's fake about taking them Krinky. Krinky are under Ukrainian control, and I'm sure that we will use this Platsdarm for further movement and return of more and more Ukrainian territories, just as Kherson returned back to Ukraine. You remember, this was the only regional center that Russians managed to occupy since the start of full-scale invasion, and they failed and had to leave it, to retreat it and escape. And this is another illustration. Russia will be defeated. I know some of you tell me that the support in the European Union is falling and very few people believe that Ukraine can win over Russia and that I have to speak more and persuade you more. But guys, we are having a real war, and I don't feel we need to persuade you that Russia is evil. You see that? I don't think that we have to persuade you that Ukraine needs your support, not only because many countries were deeply involved in the armament of Ukraine, praising us for giving our weapons to Russia, when many countries believe that Russia will be the guarantee of peace and security in the region, and we see just the contrary. I mean, it's extremely important to stop it here, because if it is not, it will move to Poland, it will move to the Baltics. They also remember the time when half of Germany belonged to Ruski Mir. So I don't think I need to persuade you. And please don't think that it's a local conflict or something that can be solved without some of your participation, some of your sacrifice, which is very important. We are very grateful for that, but it is incomparable to what Ukraine goes through. And I know all of you understand. I just provide additional arguments if you have some doubts or people around you. Let me know, would you like to have a live stream this Saturday, 9 p.m. Kyiv time? And I think it's an important day to spend together with you, because it is actually 2 years since the start of Russian invasion, full-scale invasion. I did not expect it will take us so long. So I invite you to join me this Saturday. Also, remember to subscribe to my Instagram, Threads, Twitter, Discord. I'm active there. We have a very good collection of icons of revolution. 3 Ukrainian writers, Ivan Franko, Lesya Ukrainka, and Taras Shevchenko, as icons of revolutions that were created by Sociopath, a very famous Ukrainian artist, during the Revolution of Dignity, and he allowed us to use this prints on t-shirts. This is a part of modern Ukrainian history, so do check that in our merch shop. The link is below this video. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons. Thank you for being friends of Ukraine, and united we stand. Slava Ukraini!